What's up, everybody? Welcome. We're doing, I got it figured out today on YouTube. Uh, until I upgrade the account, I can only do it live at one place. So, welcome, proud New York Jets fans. Podcast is back up and running. Just wanted to do a brief little video on YouTube to let all the subscribers know that we're back. Let your friends know, share it if you're a Jet fan, let everybody know. We're going to be pumping out a lot of content here. We're going to have some good, interesting guests on with us who are popular in the Jet content creator world and have a lot of fun. First thing I want to do is just share this real quick. Give me a second and bear with me. Let me get this out there to a couple of the groups that I'm in. But interesting free agency so far. Very good. We didn't get the big names that some people wanted, the Marcus Williams or any of the top receivers. But I think Joe's doing a really good job of building this team. We're getting a lot of the guys that we need. You know, we need a big hitter in the back with Whitehead. We need an all-pro type of guard with Tomlinson. Give me 1 second. Let me get this off. Okay, so free agency. We started off with Tomlinson. We were in on Scherf right away. We were in on Scherf, and when Brandon Scherf, who's I didn't want, he's too injury prone. When he decided that he wanted to go to Washington, immediately Joe Douglas went to Tomlinson. For those who don't know, Blake and Tomlinson, right guard, he's a left guard. Either him or Tucker are going to have to move to right guard with us, but you figure that's been discussed and everyone's okay with it if the signing was made and then he was brought in. Solidifies the line. Eliminates the move for Ekwonu in the draft. A lot of us have picked and mocked Ike Ekwonu to come to the Jets. And you don't need that. You know, so we don't have to go offensive line at 4. It opens it up for edge. It opens it up for a trade out. If they don't like who's available, if Hutchinson and Thibodeau both go. There's also talks of either Jermaine Johnson or Tavon Walker. So whoever Joe and Salah really like, we could see added to this defensive front, which will really help us because this entire scheme, as you know, is all about the front. It's all about the line. It's all about the pressure that they can create and the havoc that they can wreak on run plays, on passing downs, everything. Then we added, later in the day, we added tight end CJ Uzoma, who's a great leader. He's a great locker room guy. Somebody that we need. He's a monster. He's 6'6", I think 265. So he's like another lineman out there blocking in the run game. He's done a very good job blocking for Joe Mixon, who's had a lot of success. He's not a bad pass catcher. He's not an elite pass catcher, but you can also say that's because he's been with A.J. Green, Higgins, Boyd, now Chase. Those guys can do some work. Those guys can get open as receivers. So it's not a dire need for him to be an 80-catch guy. And we're going to be a run-first team. You know, we might only have one guy hit over 80 catches, and that's Elijah Moore, obviously. So we're going to run first, especially behind this monster offensive line that we have, and that's going to be our success. We also re-signed Braxton Barrios. Good deal, 2 years, $12 million. It's right where we all thought it would land. Nobody wanted to pay more than that. You get an all-pro kick returner, great guy in the locker room, great leader. Wouldn't be surprised if this guy ends up being a captain this year with his leadership ability. And you get a good 4th receiver, maybe 5th if we sign a free agent and draft one. But it's a guy who stepped up and played well this year when Davis, Moore, and Crowder were all out. He was our number 1 for a couple games, and he's got a good rapport with Zachary. So then yesterday we attacked the secondary, right? We bring in DJ Reed, cornerback from Seattle Seahawks. It's good man cover. He's small. He's 5'9", but he only allowed 39% of the passes thrown his way in man coverage to be completed. So that's good. You need that. He's big. He plays bigger than he is. He's very physical. He's very aggressive. He's a great leader. And you could tell how good of a signing it is when all of the Seahawks fans invaded Jets Twitter to compliment us and wish him luck and saying, you guys got a hell of a player. Not a lot of teams do that. Not a lot of fans admit that. But when they do, you know it's legit. Then less than an hour later, we picked up Jordan Whitehead, safety, big hitter, great stepping up in the box to play against the run, gets off blocks well, quick enough and smart enough to get some interceptions on the back end, something we've been missing from our safeties, which is why we traded one of them away. But I like it. I like what we're building. Now it leaves it open for the draft. Everyone's thinking the first 5 picks in no particular order: edge, receiver, defensive tackle, another safety, and a linebacker. You know, there's guys out there in the second round for linebacker: Christian Harris, Brandon Smith, Chad Muma, Leo Chanel. A lot of guys who can come in and play and are physical and can run. The way that it is nowadays in the NFL, your linebackers have to be able to run. The days of the big thumpers are almost gone. You got to be athletic to chase these running backs, these tight ends, the slot receivers. You got to be able to go sideline to sideline and way downfield sometimes, to back up for pass coverage. So a lot of speed in the linebacker in the draft, and a lot of guys who would be steals in round 2. It's a good time to be a Jet fan. It's a good time to be a proud Jet fan. Things are coming up. Joe Douglas and Robert Salah are being complimented league-wide by players, saying that you should want to play there. You want to play for them. It's a change from what we've been through for the last couple of years. It's nice to be talked about as a team that's a positive and not to be laughed about. 2 years or 3 years ago, Anthony Barr from the Vikings agrees to terms with us, and then less than an hour later, or a couple hours later, he says he's going back to Minnesota. The Jets were a laughingstock. I don't see that anymore with Joe Douglas and Salah. The Johnsons are hands off. Anyone who's taking digs at the Jets ownership, there's no reason for it. These guys are completely hands off. They've learned their lessons. They've been through failure. That's why they gave Joe Douglas a 6-year deal, right? They gave Joe Douglas the 6-year deal because 2 years had to be spent tearing it down. You had to get rid of the salary cap issues. You had to get rid of the bad contracts. You had to get rid of the players that don't fit the future and the idea that they have for this team. So now that that's done, now the building starts. And you see all the contracts that Joe's given out. It's 2 3-year deals. And what does that mean? He doesn't like anyone long-term? No. He's going to draft the long-term players here. So they don't need to go get 6-7-year deals in free agency, which we've seen general managers of the past do. Bart Scott, Calvin Pace, 6-7-year deals. They were horrible contracts. They were wanting to restructure them 2-3 years in because how bad they were. So it's exciting. Draft coming up. I don't expect any more big, exciting free agent signings for the Jets. What I do expect is some guys like we saw today with Freeney, the mullet, getting signed again as a depth piece. You're not going to see a big splash. I highly doubt you're going to see Allen Robinson, the receiver. I don't think you're going to see that big, massive contract. But I just wanted to hop on here for a short little video, do a little recap, let all the subscribers know that we're back. We should be pumping out a lot of content in the future. And go Jets. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Talk to you guys soon.